Hello everybody, this is going to be a really quick video. What I want to show you is something that I mentioned before. I want to do some kind of cleanup in the last project. So as you can see on my back, what we have here is the to-do application, and we have the JavaScript file there. And as I mentioned before, um, this was just not is working. It's doing everything that it's supposed to, but probably we can do some kind of cleanup. Try to apply some new elements in JavaScript here and there. We are repeating code. For example, this list, the show to do, we have pretty much two functions that are doing exactly the same, just with different elements. So probably we can do something about it. We are repeating get element by ID a lot, so probably we can factor that a little bit. Just add the event listener a little bit here and there. So probably we can do, I don't know. Let's see what happens with it. So let's actually get started. So something that I would like to do is, instead of having two string classes here, probably we can have another element on CSS classes, and let's do some kind of object. And let's do depending, going to be this. And we can do something about the done. And this is just for handle the same name as status. So probably we can use something like this. We can get rid of these two. Don't need it anymore. So now my CSS classes, I have it in two different elements. So what I'm doing here, I can actually do something like this. This is classes, pending, and this one I can do something CSS, and I will refactor a little bit that. So my CS classes for pending and my CSS classes for that. And this should have the same functionality. Let's actually open it just in case. Type server. And let me get my Firefox up and ready. And let's do localhost. Yes. There you go. Perfect. We have the same elements right there. So let's minimize this. Okay, so it's doing what it is supposed to, and I believe it's going to be a little. This is going to be for the cleanup. Something that is really important too is that all those assignments for the get elements are going to be better if we actually send those to the top. So let me actually copy those, put it right here after my to-dos, and we have another two right here. Put those on the top too. I just copy one, right? Okay. And we have the need to do here. And let's put it right here. So it's better to have everything on the top. We can refactor this just to show you a little bit how we can actually do the JavaScript, and in order not to be creating the every type it, right? But we can do something like, for example, const get element. Let's actually just call it get. It's going to be equal. We're going to set an element, and this element we're going to return document.get element by ID is the first one. I'm going to send that particular element, and this type it correctly, and then there you go. That way we can just do something like get pending list, get computer list, get this one and get this one, and it should be working. To verify the Firefox right now. Yeah, everything is doing what it's supposed to. Perfect. So now that we see that we can actually do that, only we can refactor a little bit more. We can send an array, get elements, and for every element we need to return um, element, and we need to do element probably for each. To return something like this. So this is going to be an array object now, and we're going to iterate. And we can do something like this. I'm going to send all of them right here. Of course, all these need to be another array. Different elements. And in order to get them, one line, and this is subjective, right? Depending what you like. We can use something destructuring this. Get rid of this. So we are pretty much getting an array, and those arrays going to be destructuring the array that is going to be returning get. Method. That's pretty much. It's a little bit more the JavaScript ES66, but we are simplifying a little bit the code, and let's see if that works. That's it. So let me check what I did wrong here. Complete list, add forms, need to do. I need to be this. Probably. No. I'm returning every element. So let me just verify they're doing correctly here. All. Let's see if that actually works. Let me just troubleshoot a little bit. I go to spec my element. Verify what all is. Find it. Okay, so it's not doing what it's supposed to. Keep it open. Let me remove pencil list. Let's see what I can do, what I did wrong. Let's do a console. See what I'm doing. Yes, I'm sending all of them right there. Okay. Implement to item probably. Didn't like it. So probably I need to factor something like it. Okay, let's do some. Um, Let me do console log all. Let's see what is out there. It's undefined. Okay, then let's just get in. And I was returning. So probably we need to map it. Yeah. Okay, sorry. I needed to map the elements of the that we're sending there. That way you can see here the 4 element, my pending list, my completed list, and my need to do. Now I can actually let me just go back what I had. That and this should be a hack. Oh, wait, no. This one should be a map. Oh, only with the, so this have the destructuring and calling all of them at the same time. If I do something, now it's working the way it's supposed. Okay, sorry for that delay. Okay. So we do some destructuring here in the new JavaScript element. And what we're doing is sending an array with this function. This function, what it's going to be doing is going to return an array, and then we are sending every element of the array to be assigned to each one of those variables, right? So we can call it them later. Perfect. Okay. So now, let's see if the show to do what need to be done. So we see we have pretty much the same thing twice. We are getting a list with a specific status, and then the depending list, okay. Of the completed list. So we need to send the list, and we need to send the status very much. I believe everything is changing here. We can reference this through the list, and the new to do is already getting from outside. So probably can change this. Let's call it update, because it's pretty much what we're doing. I just look for an update, and we need to send a list, this element, and we need to send the status very much. And with those, we are going to be doing something. So I'm going to create the filtered to-dos. Going to be to-dos dot filter. Really pretty much same thing, with the difference that we are sending the status now. Then on the list element, we're doing the inner HTML going to be empty. Then we do to the list element, sorry, no, for the filtered to dos for each. Can actually, or we can copy this one, try the way that it is. The difference is going to be called filtered to dos. Let's call this an item. So we're going to create the list item. item. We're going to have the classes. And one of the cool things here is we can send the status. So depending if it's done or pending, we're going to get this the part of the object that is supposed to. The to-do text. This is not pending items anymore, just item. Item. And this is the list. We're going to append the item. Let's actually say two. So this what we'll have is whenever we're doing this, we need to do whenever we create a new one, the difference will be update to do. Need to send a list onto the pending list, and the status is going to be ending. Something like that. Let's see if that works. Yeah, it's doing it. So the same. Go here and go here. So in the pending list, when we click it, we send it to the done. So we need to send the one that need to be updated is going to be updated list. That is done. And this one is just like that. One. Yeah, but it didn't restart the other one. Okay, get it. Okay, what it's doing it is we are saving the element, right? We are sending that element to the other list. We are targeting this particular list, but we are not updating this list anymore. So we actually need to do for both. So because we need to do it for both, probably we can hard code. I don't like that much, but we can do something like this. Oh, this. Appending this, and let's do an array here. Pending list and completed list. Let's do a const of status. Probably. No, let's keep like that. Let's do an array in array, the way that we have the example in the pre-code cam. Let's do pending list and the status pending. The completed list of the array with the status done. Right? So let's continue. I think that I have it. So let's change it to my list. It's an array of arrays. And we have the pending list, and we can actually do this one. We don't need to send this anymore. This for each man. And then on this here, everything's going to be inside that. Much. Didn't like it? Why? Oh, we need to fill this section. No, wait. What is all this? All this. List element one. Why is not liking it? Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not sending actually function. That's why I didn't like it. Now I have the arrow function in there, and then this to the top, right? But the status is not going to be a status anymore. Status is saved in my list, element one. So this should be list one. And I'm keeping this like this just like so and the free code can hide it when without the array section there. Well, probably we can do something like an object and it could be a little suitable. I will keep it like this. So the filter status is going to be like that. And my list, actually my list, my element 0. Working, that means that my update to dos, I don't need to say anything anymore. I'm going to be pretty much changing both of them. One, there, it's been sent where it's supposed to be sent, but somehow we are not getting the classes, right? So we have the functionality, but we don't have the classes. And we don't have the classes because here this is no status anymore. Status doesn't exist. It's actually this one. One. There you go. Okay, now it's doing what it's supposed to. So that means that we can get rid of the whole show to dos, and we have minify version through a control variable. That's pretty much what we have here, control variable with the specific elements that we need, and we're just looping through them for each and feeding ourselves. There is probably something that we can do with the other listener, but I want to stop it there. Show you the main idea of this video was a little bit to show you different approaches how to do the same thing. We do some more traditional approach. We added spicy it up a little bit with newer elements that you can see it right now. Some of them will help us to understand a little better. Sometimes those are going to get more complicated to read. What I want to tell you right now is at the end is what is most readable, more easier for you to. I want to use just give you the tools, different methods how to achieve the same thing. So what I did here is remove refactor. Well, not refactor because everything is in files, right? But change it the way of the approach of the JavaScript files and still getting the same functionality. Trying to eliminate some code that we repeat ourselves several times. Try to be a little bit more dry. What is dry? Probably you know that concept. What I'm saying here is this is the dry version. Dry stands for don't repeat self, and I will keep it like that. And probably I'm repeating myself still in a couple of parts, right? here and there, but at least this section was twice instead of once, right? And we were able to automate a couple of things here and there, and um, probably should be working. So this is the way to do it to arrays in this control list. So probably let me show you. Why not? Let me change this list to an object. It's going to be a little more readable than having trying not to see indexes on the array. So let me do my list. It's actually going to be yes. Let's do a new list. It's going to be an array of objects. My list is going to be ending list. This is really important. I'm putting that as no. If I put it in double quotes, that means I'm sending a string. I want to send the whole object itself. So I have that reference completely. And my status is going to be now need to be in. Can I say it inside the double quotes? And we do another object, pretty much the same. To do the object we're supposed to go right here. We do the list, the completed list, and the status will be done. So the way to refactor this will be for every element in new list is going to be an element, all these two elements. So we refactor this with where is it? So for every element in my new list, we're targeting that particular list. You see there that is element in the status. Usually Studio Code is smart enough to understand that. Now this should be this dot status, more readable than this one, right? This should be this dot element, a lot more readable than the 0. We change this to list element. We change this to list dot status. I'm doing here wrong. Oh, there you go. Status. That should be it. So the code is a little more readable. Even getting me away from this. Let me just try to add a new one. We see that the functionality is still there. And it's doing what it's supposed to. And it's working and a little more readable. That's pretty much the way. There's several forms to achieve the same thing. Now, I can get rid of the list. We have the new list there. And that new list is an object, an array of objects. We did everything that we need to have it in order to have the update to dos and just to do one. And with the for each, we just iterate in. So depending the case, what you need to do is pretty much what you have. I don't know if we minify the lines or not. And what we had before, it was actually, I don't think we minify it. Let me check right now. Try to repo. And my application should have 57 lines. We actually have more lines now. Yes, we have 67. So in this case, it didn't work that much, like minify and list. But we have some other elements that will help us to read through the process a little more clearly. So depending the case, so depending what you're liking, right? So I will stop now. I will stop here. Hope that you like it. Any question, any doubt? Don't hesitate to reach me. Oh, before I forget, let me commit it. Let me show you another way to commit. I think I already showed that in a previous video. Let me stage my changes first. Visual Studio Code correctly and change it file to be more dry. I save that, so my commit is already there, and I can do just push it. And we'll push my element. I will say yes. Then we'll push all my code because I already did. As you can see, the first time it's asking to read my kitchen, and I say yes. This is just for me. Sorry, guys. Sending, it's already sent everything there. You want me to git fetch just to pick up when it changes remotely to be here. And what I did right now, just want to show, and I have this in another screen. See here, the change GS file to be a little more dry. Already there. We click it. We will see pretty much the changes that we did to the code. We added this one, classes changes. We added the get function, removed these two, and added this. Pretty much a little bit what we did here and there, right? So for now, you have the new code there. So hope that you like this video. Any questions, any doubt, don't hesitate to reach me.